Hey, what's up everybody? ESAM here bringing you another video. This one going to be my tournament wrap-up for Frame Perfect Series 2 that was held in Orlando, Florida this weekend at the airport hotel, which was actually sick. So this was a Smash 4 and Melee event. I only entered Smash 4 as, you know, I've been doing that recently. And it was just a great event overall. It wasn't too big. I think it had like barely over 200 entrants, but the tournament was so stacked. There was a lot of top talent, and there was a lot of Japanese players as well, which made things very, very interesting. And then obviously you had the Florida talent, which actually did really, really well. So in my pool, round one I had to play Kazu, who I know from South Florida. He's a Fox main. I guess he plays Bayonetta now, because that's who he went versus me, and that was a relatively easy 2-0. Then I had to play against 3D, a Roy main, and also pretty easy. I mean, it's Roy, so Pikachu Roy is not a good matchup. And then round 3 was against, or winners finals of the pool, was against Dyer, the Diddy Kong main from Central Florida. And I'm very good at the Diddy Kong matchup, and I showed it there. I played so well. I beat him, I think, harder than I've ever beat him, and I beat him pretty hard other times. So this was really bad. This was like very confident. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I want to play Zero. Let's go. So I was slated to play against Tsu, the Lucario main from Japan, who had his breakout performance on Frostbite. But unfortunately, he didn't make it to me because he lost to the Tampa Falcon player, Cashmere, in a rather convincing 2-0. And I mean, you guys saw that Zero went Falcon versus him at Frostbite, and you can actually see Tsu's reaction of like, oh no, this is bad. And so Cashmere, actually a really strong Falcon player from Florida. I've never played him before. I actually hadn't watched him that much before, except against like 8-Bit Man, because they always seem to play. And it's like, well, it's Falcon versus Rob, so how much is it really him being good as opposed to, you know, Falcon Rob being a bad matchup? But man, he showed some really nice stuff versus Tsu, and then he played me, and he took game 1, although for some reason every time I play a Falcon in a 3 out of 5, they always win game 1. Like, I remember I played against a Falcon, I played against Sheen, a Falcon main at Midwest Mayhem, and he won game 1, and then I 3-0'd him. And then I've lost game 1 to Fatality at the last Frame Perfect, and then I 3-0'd him. You know, I had beat Fatality 3-0 twice, however, so, you know, but it happens most of the time. So when I lost game 1, I was like, well, this is, you know, part of the course, and so I'm just going to keep playing. And so I end up winning 3-1, advancing to winner's quarters, where I had to play Kirihara. And Kirihara, I've had a bit of a Rosa problem recently. I mean, a Rosa problem, and by that I mean Dabuz and Kirihara, and that's it. I haven't been able to beat a really good Rosa in a long time, aka CEO 2015. I always get relatively close, at least in my head, but they always end up clutching it out. You know, Kirihara took it at Tokaigi. I've lost to Dabuz like 3 times now recently. And so I have to play him, and again, I'm pretty confident because I was playing with Dabuz the day before, and I was playing really, really well in the matchup. You know, a lot of good decision making. I wasn't really messing up Luma kills. And then I play him, and my hands turned into spaghetti. It is like the worst I've played in terms of my tech skill in as long as I can remember. Like, I messed up so much stuff, and it was really obnoxious because my mind was there. I was telling myself to do the correct things, and then my fingers would just be like, no. And it was really annoying. I really wasn't happy with it. So game 1, I get bodied because I'm messing up everything. And as Pikachu, you have to be playing really well in order for him to be a good character. And so I wasn't playing well, and so it looked really, really bad. Game 2, I go Mewtwo, and I'm ahead by a decent amount. He's at up throw percent. He's at like 110, 120. I think I'm at like 70, and he hits me off stage, and I just try to teleport to the edge, and I somehow miss completely, and I just teleport on stage, and he up smashes me and kills me. And I was like, well, now I'm really discouraged because I'm playing terrible as both characters, and so I just go back to Pika game 3, and I get 2-stocked again. I was really unhappy. Like, I actually, like, on this, like, I'm getting off of the stream stage, and I'm just like, you know, people are looking at me, and I'm like, I played like shit! And it was annoying. I really wasn't happy with that, so that put me into losers, where I eventually had to play Salem, and game 1 was pretty good for me. You know, I was playing a lot cleaner. I wasn't really flubbing as much. So I just I one-stocked him with like 20% or 30% or something like that, which is like a strong win against a Bayo, because it's hard to like 2-stock Bayos just in general. And, you know, given the UGC history and my history of Bayonetta, and then the game 1, Salem actually decides to go Lucina versus me, and he's doing pretty well. And then it's like, wait a minute, I remember that I can hit buttons versus this character because it's not Bayonetta. And so I end up winning that game. So I'm up 2-0, and I must have unlocked Demon Mode after that because Salem decided that he was not going to hit another button ever aggressively in the entire set, and it was really, really scary. But game 3 actually was super last hit. I'm pretty sure I was winning, and then he got me with a single hit, like a double single hit witch twist combo, which put me way too high to the top and actually knocked me onto the blast zone, so I couldn't even SDI, which was really unfortunate. That was like a last hit game. And then game 4 I counterpicked to FD, and he ends up winning that. And then game 5 was very, very close, last hit. And I ended up losing to that. It was unfortunate because I lost. You know, we were playing really well. You know, I got a really strong lead. He brought it back. I brought it back. And I actually, so I'm at like 100 and he's at like 85 or something, so that's down tilt range, which is good for me. And I see him short hop and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna outspace this. I'm gonna outspace this with a perfect pivot and then down tilt him. And unfortunately, I flubbed the perfect pivot, so I just go dash dash into the back air and I die, and I was like, no, it was unfortunate. And you know, me and Salem right now, so he wins that, and me and Salem are currently fighting for the best player in Florida, because it would be us two, then third probably like Mewtwo King or something. So that was unfortunate, and now we are 1-1 in set count. And so it's just funny because like after that, like, you know, I'm not someone that takes losses too hard if I'm playing well, and I played pretty well that set. Like that flub was unfortunate, but you know, it happens. You know, it wasn't like Hero Hour where I messed up like 15 to 17 to 18 things in one game. So I was playing really solid. And so he goes to me, it's like, haha, well, you know, you beat me at UGC, but I beat you in Florida, so therefore it's extra points, so I'm the best player in Florida. And I'm just like, no, this isn't true. So we have to play one more set in tournament until we can determine who the best player in Florida is. And me and MVD also did really well in doubles. We had to play, I think the first match I really remember was against Earth and Fua, who is the Japanese pit Corrin main, and then his wife, who's also a Marth main. I obviously have a huge amount of respect for Earth. If you watch my Genesis wrap-up, like, he is such an amazing player. Game 1, they go Corrin, Marth, and Corrin, Lucina, and we actually botted them pretty hard, and then Earth decides to go pit, and I remember turning to NVD, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna be way harder now, like, don't let up, it's going to be really difficult. And so they end up winning game 2, and then game 3 they are winning, and we end up getting like 2 kind of cheese kills. Like, I mean, it's like Cloud, so whatever. So I think we get like a forward throw finishing touch, which is normal, and then we actually get an up throw finishing touch. So like my up throw at like 45 against, I don't remember which player it was, and they died at like 47, 48%, something like that. It was ridiculous. We end up winning that super close. And then I know we ended up having to play Tsu and Zero, and we were playing really well versus them. I think we were up 2-1, and then Zero decided not to let MVD breathe for the rest of the set, and I couldn't really help that. And so they ended up taking it 3-2, and it was just a hard set, because obviously Zero can play really passive or really aggressive, and then Tsu obviously has the Lucario main and just a talented player overall. You know, it's scary to like leave him alone, or, you know, not have to focus on him, because if he has 80% and Zero's at 3 stocks, it's like, oh no, he's gonna kill us, so we have to focus on him, and then Zero just does whatever he wants. It's just really scary predicament. And then game 5 was not very close as far as I remember. They got like 2 up throw back air kills, and it was rough. But either way, it was a strong performance for us. It was just they ended up being, you know, the better team. And then so in losers quarters, we had to play Kamame and Dabuz, and I honestly don't remember much about that set. But either way, like, so I think we won 3-0, 3-1 or something like that, and so it was just really strong. I remember at some point, it was very close, and then we got like some random confirm into finishing touch that's like all the way up there, and Dabuz just like, I remember seeing Dabuz go like, like shake his head, and I wasn't sure if it was because like he was frustrated because Cloud, or just because it was really good, but I ended up asking, he's like, yeah, that was just really, really good. So we ended up advancing into top 4, where we had to play MK Leo and Mewtwo King, and Double Cloud is really, really fun for me, assuming I don't get juggled for forever, because I love gimping Cloud, so it's like, throw off stage, I'm going to focus on him, try to get the other one to the edge too. You know what, actually what happened is I would throw one of the Clouds off stage, and then the other one would try to come and save him, and then I would end up gimping that one instead. So it was just really funny how that like happened like 3 or 4 times. And then after game 2, so we were up 2-0, after game 2, Leo goes to Sheik, because Sheik is a character that like obviously won't get gimped that hard, can save Cloud, can have a lot of ground control with needles, and it was really obnoxious because Leo's Sheik is very, very good. It's kind of, no one sees it because it doesn't go that much in singles except in tournaments in Mexico, but he does have a really strong Sheik, and so they had to bring it back to game 5 because they were able to gimp MVD as well. Like, that was another big thing, is Sheik can gimp Cloud as well, as opposed to like Cloud gimping Cloud, but it's risky because then if I'm there, they die too, but Sheik is able to just go like ba ba ba, make me come and save, so they like switch the momentum of the game. And then game 5, you know, I told MVD to go Diddy Kong because he's not going to get gimped as much, so yeah, we're not going to have finishing touch, but at the same time, I can still gimp them, we can still play our game, we can still get early kills with monkey flip, grab into jump into whatever smash attack I want, because that's a thing. So that was that, and you know, we start off really slow because MVD had been playing only Cloud pretty much, you know, in doubles the whole time, and so he has to like reacclimate to playing Diddy in doubles, so he gets botted at the very beginning and then super cleans it up. And you know, we get some nice gimps. You know, I remember specifically the last Mewtwo King stock, I throw him off stage, I gimp him, Leo comes to try to save him, and I quick attack through him to interrupt his vanish that he was trying to save Mewtwo King with, and so he actually wasn't able to save him, and then we win the 2v1, and we did it, so that was, you know, for 4th, and then we had to play against Komori Kiri and Renai in losers finals, And, you know, they 2-0'd us at Genesis, but we were like, okay, we can do this. You know, they were definitely doable matches. This set was less doable overall, except for game 3. Game 1 was pretty solid on their part. I got edge guarded by Renai. You know, Como, it's hard to fight Como in the Cloud Ditto because he's really good at it for MVD. And then, you know, MVD doesn't really want to fight Renai because then he'll get thrown off stage and edge guarded. So it was kind of like a weird place we wanted to be. Also, Renai game 1, so I tried to like jump and thunder him when I was off stage, and he pocketed it, drifted out of the way of the rest of it, and then came down with me and spiked me at like 30%. It was gross. You can actually see my reaction in that match because I think all the matches are online, and we just going like, oh my god, that was amazing. Like, you can hear me because they had actually a crowd mic for that, for doubles, and so that was really funny. You can literally hear me like, oh my god, and I start like applauding him after the game was done, and I give him a fist bump, and he's like, yeah, that was super good. He fist bumps me back, so that was fun. So game 2, I'm pretty sure MVD goes Mario, and it was closer, but not super close, because again, he doesn't really have that much Mario Cloud experience or Mario Villager experience, so it was hard for him to really do anything, you know, like other than just basic team stuff. And then game 3, we actually go Diddy Kong Mewtwo, which was, I'm pretty sure, a last stop game, but you know, at that point I was down 2-0, it's like, whatever, let's just try this, because they beat us 2-0 before, they might beat us 3-0 if we keep doing this thing, so let's just try this new thing, you know, just whatever, let's just try it. And it ended up working really well, because I think Mewtwo does really well versus Villager. And then obviously, like, I'm not going to get as frustrated as against the Cloud as Mewtwo because I have a team partner there that can help me. But either way, so it was a fun set, it was a fun tournament. We got 3rd place. You know, beating MK Leo and Mewtwo King was really satisfying for me. And so yeah, and then I already went over my singles performance, and the tournament overall was just really, really fun. You saw Kirihara beat Zero twice. I think it's the first time ever that Zero has got reverse 3-0, and I might be wrong about that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not like a Zero statistician, but I'm pretty sure it is, so that was impressive in Grand Finals. Just Kirihara played so well. You saw Leo, you know, snap back into it after being down 0-2 versus the Buzz. You saw Kirihara have a great mastery of the Cloud matchup because he 3-0'd Kimura Kiri. Obviously, Kirihara beat me as well. You know, you had the Zack and Como run back. The venue overall was super nice. I got to hang out with a bunch of people because it was a little smaller of a tournament, so it wasn't as like packed with everything having to happen all the time. So I was able to hang out with people, which was really nice. I got to see obviously Vayseth and Bear and Greg, who's the owner of MVG, and I love Greg so much. He's so nice. We were actually going to go to KBBQ with him. It was going to be me, MVD, JV, the commentator from Texas, as well as Salem, Captain Zach, and Greg. But then Greg couldn't find parking, so he was just like, oh man, no, it's okay. I'll just, you know, you guys can have fun. We'll just drop you off here. Because Greg is such like a gracious guy. I love him. He's so nice. And yeah, so the tournament overall was just really fun. Everyone got paid out in cash there, so there's no drama about that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about it. You know, when Frame Perfect Series 3 happens, I definitely recommend it to all of you. It was a really fun event. You know, the venue was, I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen for the next one, but the venue was the hotel that was the airport. So people flew into Orlando and were there. Like, they didn't have to Uber, they didn't have to do anything. You were good and they had food there. Obviously, it was airport prices, but I mean, you know, you can't complain about everything type of thing. And so yeah, I mean, the tournament was just really fun overall. It was a really pleasant experience, and it kind of reminded me that I had got to clean some stuff up before Civil War, so I'm going to be grinding just like general movement stuff, and hopefully I don't flub in tournament, you know, because I actually have Kirihara. Assuming I make it there into the round of 32, I have to play Kirihara again. So I'm just going to go Mewtwo this time, no Pikachu this time, but whatever. And yeah, that's going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda, and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. Oh, bye-bye.